Okay, nobody tells you about all the burping. I burp so much. Okay, hi YouTube. It's kind of been a while, but if you saw the title of this video, you know that I'm going to talk about how I had gastric bypass surgery. I just kind of wanted to make like a video diary of my journey and what I've experienced, and my dog's making noises, but the YouTube, Instagram, social media weight loss community is really cool, and I just kind of really found a lot of random people on the internet and watched their videos, and I thought, okay, like maybe I could tell my story, and there you go. So I'm just gonna get right into it. I decided to have gastric bypass in January of this year, of 2017. One of my friends was actually joking and said like, man, I want a gastric bypass, I just want to lose weight. And I was like, I actually want to do that. I had kind of thought about it secretly for a couple of months because my mom had weight loss surgery and so did my dad, and I just knew a lot of other people, and I just thought, man, like I cannot like get this together. Like I would yo-yo a lot with my weight, and ever since I was maybe 12, I've just always kind of been overweight or whatever. So I just kind of wanted to make a decision for myself, and that's what I decided 2017 would be like making decisions for me. So January I decided I wanted it to be very quick. Like once I make a decision, I'm like, I want to freaking do it. I said freaking, sorry mom. I was saying sorry in case she thought I cursed, but I mean I do curse because I'm a badass, I'm tough. Anyways, so I just decided that I wanted to do it. So I had my consultation February 28th in Texas. I live in Nashville, Tennessee, but I flew to Texas because I just wanted to go to a doctor there. Had my consultation, and then a month later I flew home again, or drove home with my mom. And April 4th I had my endoscopy because they wanted to see if I had a hiatal hernia, which I did. I had a lot of gastric acid. I had a lot of acid reflux before the surgery, so the hernia was probably the thing that caused that. So I had a hernia, and they were going to repair that, and then they scheduled my surgery for April 19th. So I started my pre-op diet basically like 2 days after my endoscopy, which this is all really quick. Usually people like plan the surgery like 6 months to 12 months in advance. I was like, nope, we're doing it. So my surgery date was April 19th at Texas General Hospital in Fort Worth with Dr. Clayton Frenzel. He did a wonderful job. He repaired the hernia and the gastric bypass. I think what I was not prepared for was waking up. I had no idea that when people meant abdominal gas, that they literally meant gas in your body that you couldn't get rid of. I thought people just meant like you would have gas, like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna be gassy or something. No, it's horrible. It's so painful. It was like up in my shoulder, like it was everywhere. I wanted to die. And then they make you walk like every 2 hours. I watched one girl where she like got to sleep all night, and I was so jealous because that was not my thing. They made me walk every 2 freaking hours. It was like painful. I wanted to cry. It hurt so bad. Your incisions, like that didn't even hurt. It was literally the gas. So look forward to that. Then you get to leave the next day. So I went in the early morning on April 19th at 5 a.m. I left the next day at 1 or 2, drove to my parents' house, got set up in a recliner, and there you go. So the first week is like kind of blurry mostly. I just slept a lot and walked when I had to, and then drank the most disgusting thing in the entire world, which is Isopure. You can only have clear liquids, and it's gross. I would rather have just slept, but you have to have them to make sure your body's getting enough protein and stuff. Second week was better. I drove back to Texas during my second week. So my second week would have started on Wednesday, right? I drove back to Texas. I drove back to Tennessee. What am I thinking? I drove from Texas to Tennessee starting on Thursday. That morning I had excruciating pain in my back, which was also gas. So I just popped a ton of Gas X and walked around and felt better. So we drove halfway to Arkansas and then halfway to Tennessee, and I was okay. That Saturday night I went out for my friend's birthday and I had some soup and it made me feel like shit. It was too creamy, I think, and I tried to go out for her birthday. I'm like a week and a half post-op and I'm trying to go out. And I wouldn't recommend that. It was really sucky and I had no energy and I was like really nauseous, but it was her birthday, so I wanted to celebrate her. I ended up driving home like crying because I felt like I couldn't be me anymore, and like, what was that? I wanted to be myself. So give it some time. You're not going to be, you know, yourself after a week and a half. Some of you might be. I was not. So I kind of got depressed during the second week because I started to feel healthy, but I couldn't really be, I didn't have all the energy that I wanted to have. I went back to work 2 weeks post-op. My work was really cool. I had like leave, and even people I work with were really nice, so that was great. Second week started to go great. So the way you start the diet, right, is like after the first week you start soft solids, and then after the second week you start, after the second week you start full liquids. I pretty much just had like soup, egg drop soup, and smoothies all the time. That's all you can really have. And then the start of your third week, you're not 3 weeks post-op yet, but like starting the third week, you can have soft solids, and that was amazing for me. I was like so stoked about mac and cheese and like mashed potatoes. So I went to this little farmer's market with my friend and we got that, and it was amazing and I loved it, and I ate barely none of it, but it was good. Everything was good. I was going back to work. I was really okay with my energy. I started taking vitamins the third week, 3 weeks post-op, and I would burp after every vitamin. That is, okay, nobody tells you about all the burping. I burp so much. So yeah, it's like every time I take a vitamin, every time I take a drink, like anything, I'm always burping after I eat. It's so, whatever, it's part of the process now. So once I started taking my vitamins, my B12, I definitely started to feel better, so that was good. But definitely prepare yourself weeks 1 and 2 for sure. I didn't think I would go through buyer's remorse. I thought I was going to be so stoked about everything, and I definitely went through buyer's remorse. I regretted it so much. I was so sad. I just wanted to feel like my old self again, and I just couldn't, and that was really, really hard for me. I'm someone who likes to be the life of the party. I like to go out. I like to drink and eat, obviously, and I just didn't have all of that yet, which makes sense. I realized that, but just know that because you can't do a lot those first 2 weeks, you do get kind of depressed. And then also not eating is depressing. Really just drinking your things is hard. The first 3 weeks you're basically eating like someone who has no teeth. And even though it seems like just 3 weeks and oh my gosh, it's nothing, it's really hard. The first month is definitely the hardest. That's why I haven't really filmed this yet. I haven't had the time, and I also just didn't care. I was like, I'm so annoyed of this surgery. I can't believe I did this, but now I don't feel that way. So last week was the start of technically my 5th week, but I was 4 weeks post-op a week ago. I'm 5 weeks post-op today. What up? Whoop whoop. Well, I'll probably post this not today, but whatever. I'm filming this on May 24th, and I'm 5 weeks post-op today. So yeah, so it's been really good, and now that I am over the first month, I would definitely say I'm so glad I made this decision. I'm going to answer the one thing that probably everyone wants to know, and we're 9 minutes into the video. I have lost 38 pounds in 5 weeks, which is nuts to me. I can't even believe it. I'm in shock.